The following segment sponsored by AFI and One Stop Wines and Spirits. The biggest football game of the year is this Sunday, and there will be plenty of beverages consumed and some money changing hands via betting and advertising. And this morning, we want to welcome two gentlemen who know a lot about both. Welcome to Phil Scharfstein from One Stop Wines and Spirits and Peter Raber from AFI Advisors. Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey,
good morning.
Good morning.
Are y'all fired up for the big game?
We are extremely fired up for the big game. Yes, we are.
It's just an amazing spectacle. So
Yes.
It's always fun, regardless of aspect.
I told Amy the other day on the show, I think they need to make like the Monday after the Super Bowl a national holiday. You know,
I would go for that myself.
It's huge. There's, I think, 44 million people
Right.
call out of work, and there's billions of dollars of lost productivity. I think they're estimating 6.5 this year.
just out of lost productivity. That
Just
day.
not showing up.
Wow. It's hard to wrap your mind around that kind of figure. It really is. But we're going to talk some more about money coming up.
Yeah.
But Phil, I want to get you started because you have two very special cocktails.
I do.
That you're going to be making. One for the Chiefs.
I've got
one for the Eagles.
I've got a millionaire red and show me the money green for
Okay.
the one's going to be
Show me
Eagles.
the
One's
money.
going for the Chiefs right here. While
right.
we're speaking money and all the unusual circumstances around the Super Bowl right here. So while you all talk a little bit, I'll
Okay.
be making this. But what we're going to do is I've got I'll go over it real quick for us.
Okay.
I've got a maker. So I'm kind of spinning off of a whiskey sour.
A whiskey
kind of
sour,
with,
okay.
with makers as our base. I'm going to use some sour mix in there. I'll splash a melon liqueur for our green.
right.
It's topped with Sprite. Going over here for the Chiefs, I'm going to try to keep it the same, not get too wild, but I've got a tequila base. Going with the sour mix on top of with the strawberry for our red.
Ooh, okay.
I splashed in a little lime, fresh lime if I had, but I've used my simplified version, topped with Sprite. And that's going to, I think we're going to come out with a nice green look and then a nice red look over on this side.
All right, well, I'll let you get going on
Got
that.
it.
Mix those up for us,
Yes.
and we'll give those a taste here in a minute. But, Peter, we were talking earlier, lots of money surrounding the Super Bowl. You just mentioned a couple of things there. There's like 200 prop bets you can make on the Super Bowl. A lot of money, especially on the advertising side, is going to be changing hands.
We see this every year, and consumers are expected to spend right around $16.5 billion this year. That's the estimate,
Right.
which is up, give or take, 20%, over the last couple years. And whether it's prop bets, whether it's the massive amount of spending that we see on food and drink over
Right.
I think last time I looked, they're expecting a 40% spike of alcohol consumed on this Sunday compared to every other Sunday across the year. So it's all these things, and when you look at the average ticket price in the resale market being about $10,000,
Okay.
it may make financial sense to stay at home now
I started to say that would be an expensive trip.
That
If
is
you
an
were
expensive
going, Like
trip.
for you going from here to Arizona for the game, and just your ticket alone may cost you anywhere between $8,000 and $10,000.
Right.
Plane tickets, hotel rooms will be off the chain high. So it will be a $20,000, maybe a $20,000 proposition for you to go to the Super Bowl.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
a just astronomical amount, especially now that we can watch the game,
Right.
in the comfort of our own homes, and hopefully no one has the experience that I had a few years ago, where the day of the Super Bowl, one of my kids accidentally threw a shoe into the TV and just smashed it. So there's TVs that are bought on Super Bowl
I'm
Sunday
sure
as well.
there are some TVs bought on Super Bowl Sunday.
But
yes.
yeah, Americans, there's going to be 104 million people attending Super Bowl parties or throwing them, and another about 18 million that are celebrating in restaurants and bars. So
Right.
it's a massive amount of calories consumed and a massive amount of money.
Let's do this really quickly. Let's each sample one of these, and we'll decide who the winner of the game is going to be by which cocktail we like.
There we
better.
go.
All right.
Okay, here we go.
Going
We're
Eagles
going to go
first?
Eagles first.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh, I like that.
That is very good.
Okay.
All right. Chiefs. All right. This
Okay.
is not going to be good news for Casey Martyr, but I'm going with the Eagles on this one.
I'm green. I'm going Eagles,
I'm going
guys.
green there.
I'm going Chiefs. So,
All right. Oh,
there we go. There we go.
Trey Smith was such a steal
Take
for
that
them in
for
the
what it
draft,
Take
so we'll
that
go
for
with
what
the
it
Chiefs.
will. That's our picks for the Super Bowl. Phil, Peter, we appreciate you coming by.
you.
That's a lot of fun.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you so
Absolutely.
much.
As well.
Learned a lot, and great cocktails.
Thanks,
Great
sir.
cocktails. Folks, we got One Stop Wines and Spirits right here in Johnson City. We got all the information for you right there on the screen. And remember, AFI Advisors as well. We got their website up there as well. The preceding segment sponsored by AFI and One Stop Wine